Hello, English learners, and welcome to another English podcast. Sue, how are you all today? Hope you all are good and enjoying your life today. We are going to start a job interview interrogation. Be it any type of interview, this podcast will help you in every interview. Sue, are you excited? Then let's get started. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Anna, and I'm the hiring manager today. I'll be conducting interview.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Anna. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
You're very welcome. I hope you're feeling comfortable.
Yes, I am. I was a little nervous before coming in, but now I'm feeling much more relaxed. Thank you. That makes me feel much more confident.
I'm glad to hear that. Before we start with the interview questions, could you please confirm your full name?
Certainly. My full name is Alex Johnson.
Thank you, Alex. Is this your first job interview?
No, it isn't. I've attended a few interviews before, and each one has helped me learn something new.
That's a great attitude. Every interview is a chance to learn and improve.
I completely agree. I believe every experience helps me become more confident and better prepared for the future.
Excellent. I can already see that you have a positive mindset. Now, are you ready to begin the interview?
Yes, absolutely. I'm ready.
Great, Alex. Let's begin with the first question. Could you please tell me about yourself?
Certainly. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Alex Johnson, and I'm from New Delhi, India. I recently completed my bachelor's degree in business administration. During my studies, I developed strong communication, teamwork, and problem-solving skills. I've always enjoyed learning new things and taking on new challenges. I'm someone who believes that every day is an opportunity to improve and grow. In college, I worked on several group projects, where I learned how to collaborate with different people, manage deadlines, and solve problems under pressure. Besides my studies, I enjoy reading books, improving my English, and learning about new technologies. I believe these hobbies help me become a better learner and a more creative thinker. Although I'm at the beginning of my professional career, I'm a quick learner. I enjoy receiving feedback because it helps me improve my skills and perform better. I'm hardworking, responsible, and always willing to help others. I also believe in staying positive, even when I face challenges. One of my biggest strengths is that I never stop learning. Whenever I don't know something, I take the initiative to learn it instead of giving up. That's one of the reasons I'm excited about this opportunity. I believe this position will allow me to grow professionally while contributing to your company's success. Now, are you ready to begin the interview?
Thank you, Alex. That was a very clear and confident introduction. I noticed that you mentioned communication and teamwork. Those are valuable qualities in any workplace. Can you tell me about a time when you worked as part of a team?
Of course. During my final year at college, my classmates and I were assigned a business presentation. We had to research a company, prepare a detailed report, and present our ideas to the class. At first, everyone had different opinions, and it was difficult to agree on a plan. Instead of arguing, we divided the work based on each person's strengths. We communicated regularly, supported one another, and completed the project before the deadline. Our presentation received excellent feedback from our professor, and I learned that good teamwork depends on communication, respect, and trust.
That's a great example. It shows that you're able to work well with others and stay focused on the goal. Thank you for sharing that experience. Now, let's move on to the next question. Thank you, Alex. I really enjoyed hearing about your background and your experience. Now, I'd like to ask you another important question. Why do you want to work for our company?
Thank you for asking. I've been following your company for quite some time, and I'm impressed by your reputation for innovation, teamwork, and customer satisfaction. I believe your company values continuous learning and professional growth, which are very important to me. I'm looking for a workplace where I can develop my skills, take on new challenges, and contribute to meaningful projects. From what I've learned about your organization, I feel this is the kind of environment where I can grow while adding value to the team.
That's a thoughtful answer. Can you tell me what you know about our company?
Certainly. Before coming to this interview, I spent time learning about your company. I visited your website, read about your mission and values, and looked at some of your recent achievements. I was impressed by your focus on quality, customer service, and innovation. I also noticed that your company encourages employees to keep learning and improving, and that's one of the reasons I was excited to apply for this position.
I'm glad to hear that you took the time to do your research. It shows genuine interest. Now, here's another common interview question. Why should we hire you?
I believe you should hire me because I'm a hardworking and dedicated person who is always willing to learn. Even if I don't have experience in every area, I'm a fast learner and I adapt quickly to new situations. I'm a good listener, I communicate well with others, and I enjoy working as part of a team. I always try to stay positive, even when I face challenges, and I don't give up easily. If I'm given this opportunity, I'll work with honesty, responsibility, and commitment. My goal is not only to do my job well, but also to continue learning and improving every day.
That's a confident answer. Every company looks for people who are willing to learn and have a positive attitude. Skills can be taught, but dedication, honesty, and a willingness to improve are qualities that make a real difference.
I completely agree. I believe learning never stops. Every new task is a chance to become better, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow.
Alex, you've shared some great answers so far. Let's continue with a few more questions. What would you say is your biggest strength?
I think my biggest strength is my willingness to learn. Whenever I face something new, I don't get discouraged. Instead, I try to understand it, ask questions, and improve myself. I'm also a responsible person. If I'm given a task, I always do my best to complete it on time. Another strength is that I work well with others. I enjoy sharing ideas, listening to different opinions, and finding solutions together.
Those are excellent qualities. Can you give me an example of a situation where you solved a problem?
Certainly, during one of my college projects, our team had very little time left before the presentation. Some important information was missing, and everyone started to panic. Instead of worrying, I suggested that we divide the remaining work into smaller tasks. Each team member focused on one responsibility while we stayed in touch and helped each other. We finished the project before the deadline, and our presentation was successful. That experience taught me that staying calm and working together can solve many problems.
That's a great example of teamwork and leadership. Now, I'd like to ask a question that many candidates find difficult. What is one of your weaknesses?
That's a good question. One of my weaknesses used to be that I wasn't confident speaking in front of large groups. I would often feel nervous during presentations. However, I decided to improve by practicing regularly, volunteering to speak in class, and preparing more carefully before every presentation. Although I'm still improving, I'm much more confident today than I was a few years ago. I believe it's important to recognize your weaknesses and work on them instead of ignoring them.
I like that answer. You didn't just mention a weakness, you also explained how you're improving it. That shows self-awareness and a positive attitude. Now, let's talk about your future. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
In 5 years, I hope to become an experienced professional who has learned a lot from this company. I'd like to take on more responsibilities, contribute to important projects, and continue developing my leadership and communication skills. I also hope to mentor new team members and help create a positive work environment. Most importantly, I want to keep learning because I believe personal and professional growth never stop.
That's an inspiring answer. It's always good to meet someone who has clear goals and is motivated to keep learning. Thank you, Alex. We only have a few more questions before we finish today's interview.
Thank you, Anna. I'm enjoying our conversation, and I'm happy to answer any other questions you have.
Alex, thank you for your thoughtful answers. We've almost reached the end of the interview. I just have a few final questions. Are you ready?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. When would you be available to start working if you were offered this position?
I can start as soon as required. However, if I need to complete any formalities with my current commitments, I'll make sure everything is handled professionally before joining.
That's good to know. Now let's talk about salary. What are your salary expectations?
At this stage of my career, my main goal is to learn, gain experience, and grow professionally. I'm open to discussing a salary that is fair and matches the responsibilities of the role as well as the company's standards.
That's a reasonable answer. Now I have one last question. Do you have any questions for me or about the company?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to know what training opportunities are available for new employees. I'd also like to know how success is measured in this role during the first few months.
Those are excellent questions. We provide a structured training program for all new employees. You'll receive guidance from your manager and support from your team throughout your onboarding process. As for success, we usually look at your willingness to learn, the quality of your work, your communication skills, and how well you work with your team.
That sounds wonderful. I really appreciate the company's focus on learning and development.
We believe that when our employees grow, the company grows as well. Before we finish, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yes, I'd just like to thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. I truly appreciate this opportunity. Whether or not I'm selected, I've enjoyed our conversation and learned a lot from this interview experience. If I'm given the opportunity to join your team, I'll work hard, continue learning, and always do my best to contribute to the company's success. Thank you very much, Anna. I appreciate your time and consideration. I hope to hear from you soon. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Alex. Have a safe trip home and all the best for your future. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Congratulations. You've reached the end of this English job interview podcast. By listening to real conversations like this, you'll become more familiar with common interview questions, useful vocabulary, and natural English expressions. If you'd like to improve even faster, listen to this conversation again and try shadowing pause after each sentence and repeat it aloud, matching the pronunciation and rhythm. Thank you for listening. See you in the next English podcast. Keep practicing, stay confident, and never stop learning. Goodbye.